Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. My apologies for the frame rate dropping right now. I am streaming from the same location I have been, but for the last couple weeks they've been dropping internet out here to like 3G. So I am not, for whatever reason, I cannot get good LTE internet here, despite it's where I've been recording from for a while. And so like literally if I go half a mile the road, not even half a mile, if I go a quarter mile up the road, it'll be perfect. But there's nowhere I can park there is the problem. So right now we're looking at 60% frame rate option. And I can't tell YouTube, hey, cut the stream settings back. Let me see if I can do anything on the fly here. Let's see. Yes, I know the stream health is poor. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, for some reason, I'm only getting like 1.2 KB upload speeds, and I should be getting like 50. But again, that's what happens when you're kind of in the back country. But this is, where I've done it for the last several weeks, and it's worked perfectly fine. I think last week was the first time we had a problem. So, let's see if I can do any other changes here. I might be able to, let's see what I can do. The only thing I could do is drop the stream down to like a 480, but that would require stopping everything. So we have the option. We can either go on with this stream, or we can say never mind the live tonight, and we can then just record them, and I'll put them up. So I'll leave that kind of up to you guys. Again, apologies for that. Next week we will be streaming from a different location. I'm going to stay in town. There's a few places that I should get better internet, but a lot of this too is sometimes the companies, they just don't want to give you what you're paying for. You'd think if I'm paying them $160 a month, I'd get more consistent, better 4G internet in the fourth largest city in my town. But that would actually make sense, wouldn't it? Let's see. You're currently chatting in Norway, England, Aussie, yes. Kitty Cam, Defective CD, Bed Panther, yep. Trying to live stream from within the Matrix, apparently. Yes, you can't stream at 480. I would have to stop everything, stop the stream, rebuild a new stream on YouTube, reset all of the settings for that. And frankly, I don't want to do that because then I have to remember to go back and fix all the settings for OBS later. But 61% frame rate drop is insanely stupid. And I don't know why the internet's not wanting to work. Let me do an internet speed test again. And see what we're getting. But the phone, which is running the same system, is only pulling 3G data right now, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm only pulling 3G data over here. So, all right, let me see what this does real quick. Something in between, turn off video and do audio only. No, I can't do that because I record these in full HD and they will be uploaded in full HD later on tonight. So, let's see. It's connecting and it's having a trouble finding the optimal server to connect. Although it can find all of the ads all day long. We can't find an optimal server to connect the internet to see. But let's go ahead and load all the ads. That'd be great, right? Let's see, and it's still going. Let's see. I'm getting about 15 down, which is good. It's just the upload speeds are just not working right. And it happens right around 9 o'clock every night. Right around 9 o'clock, upload speeds drop to a crawl. All right, upload. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, upload right now is at 0.5 Mbps. That's exciting. So, yeah, that's exciting. Well, we're just going to go ahead and go on. My apologies. My apologies for the stream lag. Nothing I can do about it. But we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and go live, and I'll record these. And if it's too painful for you, just go ahead and catch the edited. So the privacy section will be out tonight. The business section will be out Sunday, and tomorrow we will be doing a premiere of a first look at the new Cutefish desktop environment. So new desktop environment we can have a look at. I guess one other option I can do is I can turn off the internet, let it lag out for a minute, turn it back on, and maybe we're there. So we'll see. Probably many people in the neighborhood use the internet around 9. No, it's a cellular thing. So when you're looking at how cellular networks and things work, and radio stations do the same thing, after a certain time they cut power, because at nighttime where the UV rays are down, it takes less power to push the signal to the same amount. Well, cell phone companies do the same thing. So right around 9 o'clock, radio stations, cell phone towers, they cut a bunch of things. Booster wouldn't help because they dropped the internet where we're at from 4G down to 3G. Like, oh, nobody's going to use the internet at night, despite that's when everybody uses the internet. But it's a thing that happens in terms of broadcast. So really nothing you can do about it other than moving the stream to an earlier time, because literally I got here, full LTE internet, everything's working perfectly fine. 9 o'clock drops to 3G. Like, really, bro. But we're like last week, it worked to shut down the internet and turn it back on. We can try that. So that would be the option. And we might reconnect to an LTE station. Let's see what we got right now. Yeah, right now we're at 3G, but since my phone's also sitting here at 3G, I have a sneaky suspicion I won't get anything better. But 64% frame rate drop is horrible. My apologies. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. We'll just go ahead and push on. Wow, is it really that bad? Ugh. Wow, that's horrible. Extents drop 4G at a certain time, but not. Yeah, that 9 p.m. dropping 4G. That's pretty bad. So we're just gonna go ahead, guys. I am recording locally live. I'm just gonna ignore OBS and just keep going, and we'll just kind of get through what we can get through. And next Friday, I'm not streaming from this location. I'm gonna go stream from closer to town where I know I can get LTE for a longer period of time. We do the live so we can interact, and I then record these. Where do I live that drops to 3G? I'm in a van, so I'm right now I'm out at Collier Lake in Central PA. And literally, though, if I were to go literally 500 yards up the street, I'd have full LTE. It's just right here for some reason it drops. I don't know. Yeah, stream segments will be good after the live. I do not pull the edited video segments from the stream. I pull those from recording directly. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, because no need to dally around. We'll just go ahead and go, and we'll deal with the 64% dropped frame rate, because that's just horrible. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started and then I'll go ahead and cut these in. Yeah, I could see dropping to LTE at like 3 a.m. Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of prime time these days. All right, well, we're just going to go ahead and go. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the privacy edition with a little bit of security at the end. Before we jump into the actual news sections, there is an update on the Apple CSAM approach, which I got way too late to include in the news, but apparently they said we're delaying it for a while. In translation, a whole lot of people are all up in arms. We thought it was a great idea, and we thought everyone would be so behind us to get those bad people off the street, but apparently nobody's behind us. And so we're going to stop until the bad news dies down, and then we're going to quietly push it out in about 3 to 6 months. So it will come out, just not immediately. So anyway, WhatsApp is yet another GDPR. When GDPR passed, basically it was the EU countries all teaming together to say, hey, which big tech company can we screw over this week? Well, this week it's WhatsApp. This is in Ireland, levies $265 million fine for not telling users how the data is linked with Facebook. Guys, avoid all Facebook companies. WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, no need. Just get rid of them. They're garbage. So we don't want to mess with any of that. So not much more to say about that particular article. Just keep it in mind that, WhatsApp is fine. Instagram, speaking of things you should get off of, Instagram will soon start requiring you to share your birthday for safety. I don't know how it is safety to, I don't know how it's safety to have more required data out there that people can breach, that they can connect to, and all these types of things. So you're going to start seeing all these add your birthdays, and don't even think about lying because they're going to know. They're deploying AI to make sure that that you are how old you say you are and your birthday is when you say it is. They're going to be looking at, are a bunch of people saying happy birthday to you on your Instagram page, even though you don't publish it because your friends know it's your birthday, or you say, hey, it's my birthday, but it's not officially in there. Well, if you have any track record or history of all that, they're going to use AI to go back and determine that. And that is kind of a problematic thing. And so with that, kind of frightening there. Kind of frightening. They did share a little bit more about it. They said, let's see, they'll start showing warning screens placed on age-sensitive posts. Warnings aren't new. They've accompanied sensitive graphic posts for a while. Now you'll have to supply your birthday in order to see them if you have not shared it already. For those who are simply planning to supply a false birthday, Instagram may be one step ahead of you. They are now using artificial intelligence to estimate how old you are based on happy birthday posts, also based on what you look like. The AI says, oh, no, that's bad. So in the future, if someone tells us they're above a certain age, our technology tells us otherwise, we'll show them the menu options to verify their age. So there you go, guys. If you needed to get off of Instagram, this is a good time. Tell them to go stuff it and get off of that crap. Well, Apple, they say they care about privacy. Guys, the more I look at this kind of stuff, I don't think Apple cares about privacy in the slightest. I don't think they care in the slightest. So what I think is, they're just using privacy as a means to a marketing ploy here in the States, because you look at other places where they don't have as deep privacy laws, there is no privacy. Well, apparently, if you are an employee at Apple, they absolutely 100% and unequivocally have no right to privacy at all. And this article goes into a lot of little things. So first and foremost, when they're sitting down, he says, big bold here, Preston sitting down with his manager during his first week at Apple, he was told with a little fanfare that he needed to link his personal Apple ID and work account. Well, that syncs all of your personal life, your photos, your budgets, anything you're doing with your Apple ID to your work Apple account. But then they have to tie this into their work laptop, and once you leave, the Apple policy says you are not allowed to wipe that laptop. So literally artifaces of your personal life are staying permanently on those Apple computers that you have to hand back to the company. Says when he handed his resignation, the choice came back to haunt him. The manager told him to, when he returned his work laptop, as per Apple protocol, said he shouldn't wipe the computer's hard drive. His initial worry had come to pass. His personal messages were on this work laptop, as were private documents containing his taxes, a recent home loan. He pushed back, saying some of the files contained highly personal information, and there was no reasonable way to make sure they were all removed from the laptop without wiping it completely. Just wipe it anyway. Sorry, I wiped it anyway. Derp. He was told the policy wasn't negotiable. His story is part of a growing tension inside Apple. Some employees say the company isn't doing enough to protect their personal privacy and at times actively seeks to invade it for security reasons. They've been asked to install software builds on their phones to test out new features prior to launch, only to find that the builds expose their personal messages. Others have found when testing new products like Apple's Face ID, images were recorded every time they opened their phones. If they did this to a customer, people would lose their bleeping minds, says Ashley Gorge. Is it Jorvik? A senior engineer program manager. Apple employees also can't use their work email addresses to sign up for iCloud accounts, so many of them use their personal accounts. The blurring of personal and work accounts has resulted in some unusual situations, including Jorvik allegedly being forced to hand compromising photos of herself to Apple lawyers when her team became involved in an unrelated legal dispute. Here's my barn. Underpinning all this, the employment agreement says Apple has the right to conduct extensive employee surveillance, including physical, video, or electronic surveillance, as well as the ability to search your workspaces, such as filing cabinets, desks, and offices, even if locked, review phone records, or search any non-Apple properties, such as backpacks or purses, on the company premises. Apple also tells employees that they should have no expectation of privacy when using your or someone else's personal devices for Apple Business, when using Apple systems or networks, or when on Apple's premises. Yeah, that's kind of exciting. So apparently there is absolutely no interest in privacy. If Apple were really truly a privacy-focused company, they would start with their own household. Their own household would have some privacy elements. So with that, guys, oh man, Apple, they are demonstrating more and more and more to not be that. You can read through the whole story. Very fascinating stuff. Don't make me tap the sign. We need to, can't do anything without one. There you go. And of course, Apple did not respond to requests for comments. Like, oh Lord, please don't. Here's our comment. Keep it out. Keep it out. We will fund your work. But anyway, yeah. Well, Arizona, what is this? The entire story today is about Apple, I guess. Arizona and Georgia among the first states to adopt driver's licenses and IDs and Apple wallets. There's actually 5 states. I got one of the first articles. There's a few more since then, indicating a few more states are also allowing it. So you can put all of your driver's license data, just all sorts of this data. You can stuff it all right on into your Apple ID account, so that, particularly if you're an Apple employee, they absolutely have everything in there. Or even if you're not an Apple employee, they still have everything in there. This is the step closer towards this crazy, weird dystopian future where people's access to society can just be cut off entirely. And so that is something that we need to keep in mind here. So, users will be able to take advantage of their digital licenses and IDs at participating TSA security checkpoints and lanes, Apple said. Adding a driver's license or state ID to the wallet will be similar to how users add new credit cards and transit passes to the app today. Simply tap the plus button at the top of the wallet, scan your driver's license or ID using your phone's camera. Apple said users will also be required to submit a selfie and be prompted to a series of facial and head movements during the setup process for security and verification purposes. Sounds like a privacy company to me. Cupertino-based tech company says neither it nor issuing states will know when or if users present their digital IDs. Their implementation supports ISO 180.13-5, MDL standard, which Apple helped develop. It stands users should never have to unlock, show, or hand over their device. Driver's licenses and state IDs and wallets are only presented digitally through encrypted communication directly between the device and the identity reader. Connecticut, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma, Utah are next in line to adopt the feature, although a timetable for rollout wasn't provided. Yeah, I would probably avoid putting your ID into your phone. That is just asking for security risks, and then you become reliant on your phone, and you're in the airport, and whoops, your phone goes down the toilet, and now you're stuck in a foreign land without a phone, without ID. So, of course, nobody would do that anyway, but anyway, And on to our feature story over there in Australia, down under. Somebody in the comments here said their rights were trampled down under. That's right. More police powers, less protections. So this was actually the final passing of the highly controversial surveillance legislation from last year. It is now signed into law. This allows Australian Federal Police and the Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission to basically get new warrants available in response to just seeing anything that looks a little bit odd on the internet. And so network activity warrants allow AFP or ACIC to monitor online activity without investigating or accusing a person of a crime. Account takeover warrants enable police to take over an account and change their data, which could then be used as evidence in criminal proceedings. So they can log in, change the data, and then use the information in your account against you. Yeah. Interesting. Data disruption warrants grant law enforcement data disruption powers to stop suspected commission of an offense using a computer. If a person with relevant knowledge does not comply with a data disruption warrant, it could result in a 10-year jail term. Richardson Review concluded this bill enables AFP and ACIC to be judge, jury, and executioner. It matches everything else that's going on over there right now, though. This is not how we deliver justice in this country. Well, it kind of is right now. So, bill does not identify or explain why these powers are necessary or our allies in the United States, United Kingdom, or New Zealand do not grant law enforcement these rights. Greens puts out for the amendments to balance these powers with a robust human rights framework that would protect innocent people from the abuse of powers contained in the bill, but we are outvoted by the majority parties. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. That's kind of exciting. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have some affiliates today. We are highlighting Linode, tlm.li/Linode. If you'd like to use our affiliate link there, that helps us out. Gives you $100 in credit, good for 60 days. You can spin up any number of Linodes, try out Nextcloud. You can try out, VPNs and web hosting and a bunch of other fun things that you could do over there on Linode. tlm.li/Linode. Next, we'll have a brief look at some security news. All right, I see we're still in the 60% frame rate drop. Apologies if you guys just jumped on. Where I'm at right now, they dropped our internet down to 3G for the night. And so, yeah, I don't have good internet. And yeah, test phone still is sitting there at 3G as well. If it's bothering you, then we'll have the full HD versions posted later on tonight. Well, privacy one tonight and the other one on Sunday. Alrighty, let's see. I'm trying to live stream from within the Matrix. Indeed. Just report here that Aussie land summer will have blackouts. So summer will have blackouts. I record them if you must. Yep. Video starters low, but the audio is fine. That's good. At least if the audio is good. About something in between. Yeah, I think I've been through a few of these. All right. Kind of funny how a few months ago, Klaus Schwab explained the next great issue would be the power grid. I know, right? Regular Aussies are civilized people. The Aussie police is not. I think, though, a little bit of a revolt happens. In fact, a little bit of a revolt did happen. They did push back against the Kufi conditions there a little bit. You think, never mind. I'm not going to get into it right now. All right. Greg does that if it's a heavy traffic area and you have hit your soft data cap. Yeah, I have not come close to hitting my soft data cap. I think I still have at least 75 gigabytes of data yet on my cap. I can tell when I hit the data cap because everything's slow all the time. And I can verify that. So anyway, feel sorry for the people in Southeast Australia and Europe but in Australia it's much worse. Hello, Anna Rita. Just backup stuff. Otherwise, wife is going to get the wood roller. She's been asking backup about it. All right. Yeah, wow. We had a bunch of people drop off there. All right. Probably many people in Tom's neighborhood use the internet. No, there's nobody. That's the right thing. There's nobody where we're at right now. And, it worked perfectly fine for a while. They're like, hey, there's somebody over here using the internet. Quick, kill it. All right, let's see. And radio used to do that. Keep stations from skipping. Yeah, it makes sense to drop them. All right. Back, but I had to go throw up from drinking too much. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, glad you're back. Probably should pre-record the segments. Yeah. We do, let's see, at least the live stream segments will be good. Yep, I can see companies dropping 4G later on. It's a slideshow, no problem. Did you get flooded during Ida? While you're streaming different location? No, I'm living in a van these days, Randy. So, right now I'm actually streaming from the same location I have for the last month, but they, starting last week, they started killing the data after a certain period of time, and so We're gonna stream closer to town next week, so I have full permission to use the church parking lot anytime I need to. That's in town. I get full LTE all night there. So, or actually, I could probably go out and use the Walmart parking lot too, which is also really good internet. We are flooded. We got some floods, not a lot. Creeks are higher, things like that. That's about it. These Facebook and WhatsApp, you deserve all your data gets sold. Yeah, there you go. I get my family off Facebook for years. No one, yeah, it happens. People don't care about privacy, just don't think it through. Imagine how much money insurance companies will pay to know that they can charge you a higher premium for something. Yep. You be dropping frames. Yeah, I'd be dropping about 62.7% of frames right now. Okay, let me set my age, 39, sometimes 29. Google demands the user to show his ID for age-restricted videos, but Google also uses age restriction as a form of unofficial censorship. Is it good that they don't want minors pretending to be adults? Yep. Good eye, Mike. Oh, you're typing upside down, Vince. Okay. Why you don't use work computer for personal stuff? Yeah. Sounds like they didn't have a lot of choice though. So why you don't use work computer, smartphone, personal stuff? Let's see. Apple's rotten to the core. Yep. If you're going to make it work for Apple, why wouldn't you not make a separate Apple account? Because that would be inconvenient, and we cannot possibly be inconvenienced. That's the ultimately, you're completely right, NACL. Totally right in that if we just took the extra step to protect ourselves, we wouldn't have these problems to begin with. But that being said, yeah, they are requiring people to use personal stuff at work and then saying, well, you have no privacy. That's a problem. Private allows me full control of all my computers down the OS I run. Cares not that I have my own computers. Yep. Explain why people put all that stuff in their Apple Wallet. I don't know. Guy's license looked like it ate too much. Yeah. I had to teach this lesson to my mother a decade ago about not using her work email for personal stuff like paying bills when she got locked out of her work email server. Yep. Realized IT at her hospital had full access to her work emails as well. Could see everything they really needed to do. Yep. Seeing his regularly number of shrimp on the Barbie. Yeah. No offense to your mother. What did she expect? Yeah. Oh, I lost my spot. Nothing was surprising to the Aussie government at this point. People want convenience, so they put all the personal data on their phones. And it's really Vince, not the Australian Federal Police, I promise. Oh, I bet. You've been compromised, haven't you? Just blink once if you're not compromised. Wait. Australia, the once and future prison colony. U.S. has been using data disruption warrants since 2003. Yeah. They're just not really in the open. It's a FISA court, you know. Drawing back the 3G flip phone with a camera to upload photos and video on my laptop. Yep. Feel sorry for the Australian citizens. Australia, England, Southern Europe seem to be getting the most brutal treatment from their government. Yeah. Well, some places in the United States are starting to get that way. In Canada, Canada, what day two of the Fauci ouchie passports, right? As long as audio works without problems, that's what really matters. Yep. Yeah, if you guys jumped in late, I got bad internet right now. Nothing I can do about it. Who's the guy screaming to himself in the van? Wait till he sets the place on fire. I know, right? I got to be careful with that fire because I have 200 amp hours of batteries down here, man, that go up and smoke. Video is stuttering. I know that, Any Creature Morph. You must be late because they dropped the internet down to 3G out where I'm broadcasting from, and nothing I can do about that. So, yep. Do you know why there still hasn't been a patch fix or Intel Wi-Fi 6 adapter? Nope. Hello, Frost Ranger. Greetings. Some require everyone to have a cell phone for identity. I know, right? Well, I mean, that would be too inconvenient. That'll be too inconvenient, so they'll just embed it in you, probably in your forehead or your right hand. Frames are very bad on stream. Yes, we have a 62.4% frame rate drop right now. My apologies. All right. What do I have today? Vanilla chai tea today. Vanilla chai. All right. Well, let's go ahead, jump on over to... Oh, we got security. I almost said business. No, we got security first. So first up in security news, Chaos DB, how we hacked thousands of Azure customers' databases. That's right. Amazon has the S3 calendars, and now Microsoft has leaky databases. They said they were basically able to compromise, was it like 50% or so of Microsoft Azure databases, Fortune 500 companies, multiple other people. Basically, it was a vulnerability inside of Microsoft's system, which was allowing people to have full escalation from accessing the databases. World's biggest businesses use Cosmos databases to manage massive amounts of data from around the world in near real time. As one of the simplest, most flexible ways for developers to store data. It powers critical business functions like processing millions of prescription transactions or managing customer order flows on e-commerce sites. So all of that type of stuff could be breached. Rather than a series of flaws, it in a Cosmos DB feature, created a loophole allowing any user to download, delete, or manipulate massive collections of commercial databases, as well as read-write access to the underlying architecture of Cosmos DB. They named it Chaos DB. Exploiting it was trivial and required no other credentials. For part one, stealing the keys of the primary database. First, we're going to access customers' primary keys. Primary keys will be the holy grail for attackers. They are long-lived and allow full read, write, and delete access of customer data. Part two is accessing the customer database. Do whatever you want. Here's the attacker. Here's the victim. Woohoo! There you go. And then pretty much part three, just do whatever you want to do. And yeah, so I think this is patched or getting patched, but still, just be very cautious. And this is why I don't like any type of stuff stored in computers or databases when not necessary. It's too much. It's too much. All right. Also, Microsoft, there is ways that you can get Microsoft Windows 11 on your computers that aren't compatible. You basically just have to manually install it. But if you do that, it's going to be like, hey, yo, we didn't upgrade this. We didn't approve this. No security updates for you. So while they're bragging out of one side of the mouth going, this is the most secure system ever, on the other side of the mouth they're saying, well, you're not an approved system. We're not giving you security updates. So this is how to make your Windows computer even worse. So they would really like you to use an officially supported PC, so you should get rid of your perfectly working computer and buy a new one, just because. We need you to get more. We have not sold enough Windows 10 licenses. We need to sell Windows 11 licenses now. And so there's a lot of question about running it on unsupported hardware. We know Microsoft won't go to the extraordinary lengths to keep you from running it, but we know that the new OS won't be offered to older PCs automatically. We know although Microsoft preferred security settings can downgrade performance in older hardware, these settings still won't be the defaults for new installs, but now Microsoft had another question. Will unsupported PCs be able to get the latest updates? And it turns out the answer is no. I guess you could always wipe and rewipe your computer every other Tuesday and have the latest updates, but that would be crazy. I get what they're trying to do in this. What they're attempting to do is they're attempting to prevent what happened with Vista. Vista wasn't bad. It just was released on computers that couldn't take the system resources. So the minimum requirement for Vista was like 2 gigabytes, but the average computer sold at that time only had 1 gigabyte, which meant that nearly every computer sold with Vista in the first couple years just didn't work. But if you put Vista on a big, beefy computer, it actually generally worked okay, particularly after the service packs got in there. But nevertheless, that being said, this is a little bit slimy. It's like you got to use different computers. Use the ones we want. All this, I don't know. Why not just make it in such a way that you're not throwing away extra old computers? So, there's our security for the day. You can help support the channel over on Patreon. That will support all of my different channels. Jump on over there, patreon.com/TOMM. That is TOMM on Patreon. Alrighty. Now we're doing business next. All right. Must have the latest iPhone. It's a lot. There you go. I mean, some states are... okay, we did that one. Yeah, I am running from a 300 baud modem. I mean, that's the stream has flooded. Yeah. Interesting to hear your thoughts on Gabriel Gripe, the Sacramento teacher. I don't know anything about Gabriel Gripe, the Sacramento teacher. Sorry, since Discord killed the server, I'm kind of out of the loop on some of these things, In Australia, they started a check. They want to show your surroundings within 15 minutes if the police calls. Yep. Yeah, I don't even have a smartphone. Yeah, that's a good question. What do you do when you don't have that? Picked up that cup very fast. Water tonight, not feeling so hot, setting sinus cold. Yeah, that sucks. Logged into Microsoft, that's how. Added lemon to my water. Bought the lemon for my hot meal, but like it in water. Don't like it with my veggies. All right. Healthy oils tell the difference. Let's see. Microsoft will still do the security updates for unsupported hardware. They have to. Well, I'm sticking to Linux, Android, and Chromium. Windows 11 needs less resources, certainly for animations. Windows 10, Windows 11 only needs a bit more RAM. The Proton on Linux is really fast now, getting the same performance on Windows. If not faster, I can verify I don't run Windows. Microsoft sticks to that policy will drive people to Chromebooks. No, most people just go out and buy new computers. Making lunch, fried rice, still listening. All right. Yeah, I mean, hey, listening's better today. I hear the audio's great, but the frame rates are dropping. Right now, we're at a 61.8% frame rate drop. Fortunately, Valve still has not done the proper scripting and bug fixing for a lot of games. I didn't think you were nice. Nice one. Me? Wait, I think you were nice. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't think. Wait, apparently I can't read today. Yeah, you didn't think I was nice. I know. I'm just rude, man. Screw you. Boy, all right. Nah, I read that one wrong. All right. Well, All right, let's jump on over to corporateocracy. More Apple news. What's our... Ooh, I've not done this affiliate in a while. There we go. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business and the SillyVille editions. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, provided I can find good, appropriate internet to do it. But anyway, that being said, first, last week we talked about Western Digital. They got really good reviews on their low-end SSD, and then they swapped out all of the chips for crappy quality equipment. Well, Samsung's doing the same thing, making it yet a third reason to avoid Samsung products. We talked about this. They have a remote kill switch for their TVs. We have the we have now the SSDs they're messing with, and what was the other one they did? Oh yeah, the phone. If you unlock the bootloader on their new folding phone, it completely disables the camera for no real reason. So, there's our first update. Yet another company is doing this, and I guess multiple other companies have done the same thing as well as either this article or a few other articles I was reading do. So apparently a lot of companies are doing the same thing. They're, hey, we got away with it. Let's go ahead and just all do it. So, whatever. Well, another update. We haven't talked about the opioid crisis in a while, but the billionaire Sacklers who released opioids onto the market and then paid a bunch of doctors illegally to promote it and off-label it, leading to giant opioid epidemics all across the country. Well, they were granted lifetime legal immunity as part of the opioid settlement. Yeah, I got to be careful what I say on this one because Suffice it to say, I think a gallows in Times Square might be more set. The federal bankruptcy judge on Wednesday approved a $4.5 billion settlement that provides sweeping lifetime legal immunity for the Sackler family behind Purdue Pharma. This is a bitter result, the federal judge said in a lengthy explanation of his approval. I believe that at last some of the Sackler parties also have liability for those claims. I would have expected a higher settlement. Well, then don't approve it. You're the judge. Sacklers owned and were largely directing Purdue Pharma in the late 1990s when the company allegedly began aggressively and deceptively selling Oxycodone, or Oxycontin here. Purdue, which has twice pled guilty for wrongdoing in the marketing of it, is widely seen as sparking the nationwide epidemic of addiction and overdoses. Crisis killed nearly 500,000 people in the United States in the past 2 decades. They are currently worth about $11 billion, have estimated that they earn more than $10 billion from opioid sales. They will get to keep most of their billions in the settlement, and it shields them from future legal charges. No, this is not justice. This is not justice. Something else needs to go on. We're not going to go into that any further. I think that those people should all be stripped of all of their assets. Their assets should be distributed among their victims, and they should be in prison for the rest of their lives. That's what should happen to them. And that's being generous, other than possibly the state doing its duty and saying 500,000 people died because of this. Let's just call this 500,000 manslaughter cases and sentence you to death. That's, that would be appropriate too. Anyway, yet another action against DoorDash and Grubhub for dishing out deceptive business practices, this time in Chicago. We talked about even one of the stores and restaurants in town here, where I'm at right now in State College. They had Grubhub come in and say, oh yeah, you can order your food from Grubhub, and they sign them up without any consent. And so they had Grubhub people showing up to pick up orders to deliver. And they're like, we do not deliver our food because our food is high quality stuff. And being high quality stuff, we cannot guarantee that a delivery person is going to treat it with the care that it needs. And so they end up taking some action against Grubhub, and they're like, oh, we're sorry. And this is what they do. They come in and they just find online menus, they find businesses, and whether or not you agree to deal with them, they just set up a front for your business, steal your business, charge you a whole lot of money. It's a bunch of nonsense. And so Chicago's gotten out, and this is so bad, I think these companies should legitimately be shut down. Just shut them down. And this is why I don't support gig economy. It tends to devolve into this lowest common denominator of bottom scum-feeding suckers that sit down there, and then the people who support them, just so convenient. Yeah, so convenient that you're supporting and paying and funding a business that is engaging in deceptive practices that is actually robbing other businesses of money who have absolutely nothing to do with them. So in this case, it was a little bit different. Many diners embrace the use of delivery services such as DoorDash and Grubhub to overcome everything from busy schedules to global pandemics. While these businesses provide a much-desired service to the public, Chicago's Business Affairs and Consumer Protection Office has filed charges against delivery services for infractions for deceptive advertising, call routing, and charging misleading customer fees. Now, the call routing part is they find a restaurant and then they set up a fake website for the restaurant, out SEO it, and then put their phone number on it, and then turn around and charge the company money for the orders. These are some of the things that they would do. So they generate unique phone numbers for each restaurant, advertise as part of the service. When the number is used to place the order instead of the business's other legit number, then the order includes a fee based on the percentage of average orders, the call length of the individual calls. 2019, multiple sources revealed the company's tipping policy was actually designated to benefit the company rather than the actual driver. DoorDash later changed the policy following backlash from their customer base. So basically, a lot of these companies are doing the same thing. They're just getting out there. They're trying to get businesses to sign up. And if the businesses refuse to sign up, many of them are just signing them up anyway. This is why you should not use these companies. I'm sorry for the gig economy workers who this is helping them give a few extra bucks to as they're trying to do some of these things. But at the same time, the abuses that these companies are repeatedly doing over and over and over, they merit the companies being shut down and the people in charge being being stripped of the ability to do that. Judges do this, somebody's caught on securities fraud. The judge has the authority to say, I'm sorry, you cannot hold a securities type job again. They can do that. And they can do that to these business people. We're pulling you out. We're pulling the assets of this particular business. You can no longer work in this type of capacity. You can no longer work as a CEO, whatever else. Go scrub toilets for a while, you moron. But these companies do this because they know they're going to get away from it despite it's being wrong, because morality and ethics is gone in America today. So, well, there's that. And next, Coinbase, it scared the bejeebers out of pretty much its entire customer base, and a whole lot of people liquidated their crypto. So what happened is there was a notification snafu that accidentally sent an error. I mean, hopefully it wasn't a real hack. Hopefully we have the information right here. But what happened is they had a snafu where their notification system sent a whole lot of notices out to random customers saying that your two-factor authentication settings had been changed. This caused a lot of people to jump on really quick, log in, and pull all their money out. Whoops. They did say it was just an error, but they said 125,000 customers received a notice that their security settings had changed. A company which is publicly traded on NASDAQ told them on Monday it was a result of an internal error. Hopefully it wasn't a hack. Who knows? Are we going to see a hack from this later? I don't know. Anyway, that's what Coinbase is up to. That's exciting. And finally, Apple will let video and music apps, but not games, link to other payment options. This is to curb the entire concept of like monopoly and things like that. So they're saying reader apps like books, music, and videos, it will allow in-app links to their websites where other payments can be processed. Video games do not have that option. But basically, this is to get around some of the antitrust. Made another concession about the App Store rules, saying it will let several types of media apps link to their own websites where users can purchase subscriptions without Apple getting the usual commission. Apple was forced to make the change to a settlement and investigation by the Japan Fair Trade Commission. The change will take effect early 2022, they said. The update will allow developers of reader apps to include in-app links to their websites for users to set up and manage an account. While the agreement was made with in Japan, Apple will apply this change globally to all reader apps on the store. Reader apps provide previously purchased content or content subscription for digital magazines, newspapers, books, music, and video. The Japan Fair Trade Commission said that the planned change would eliminate Apple's suspected violations of the Anti-Monopoly Act. And the regulator said it decided to close the investigation on the case after they confirmed the measure had been taken. Games are not included, and of course, Epic objects to that, of course. And, this is a step in the right direction, in all honesty. Just look at all this kind of stuff, people do stupid things for convenience. It's so much more convenient to just use the in-app purchase. So most people will do that. A small subset of people, though, want to go to the external site. This makes it a little bit easier to do that. At least you can put it on the app and not just advertise it somewhere else. And at least it's now functioning. This is a really good thing, in all honesty. But at the same time, why did it take so long and the Japanese to do it? Anyway, if you want to help support the channel, we do have affiliate links. Today we are highlighting Pro Writing Aid. This is very similar to Grammarly. However, Grammarly, at least when it started, had a clause in its privacy policy. Basically, anything you type, we can ink and keep and use for our purposes. They've since gotten rid of that. Grammarly is much more in alignment with privacy, but Pro Writing Aid has always been privacy 1st. You can get a monthly subscription for $20. You do have yearly and lifetime subscriptions as well. And if you use my code here, tlm.li/PWA, you will get 20% off a yearly or a lifetime subscription. And this is a really good tool for checking things. They do have LibreOffice plugins. I think the LibreOffice plugins might only work with Windows, though. I got to check on that. I don't remember for sure, mostly because I've always just used Language Tool but for LibreOffice. But if you are needing something that's better than Language Tool, but you're a little leery of Grammarly like I always have been, ProWriting 8 is an excellent choice. tlm.li/PWA. Now, guys, let's go to SillyVille. But we're going to check in on comments first. All right. All righty, let's see. Full-time switch links says when AMD got good GPU. Yeah. Evil MS is nothing but spyware, malware, just all around sucks. Yep, Linux forever, yep. Didn't get the notification. No. Corporate Oprah fees. What? Imagine buying an SSD based on reviews of older variants and then getting lower performance. Yeah, I know, right? Digital Black Series catching fire. Oh, really? That's exciting. You have any machine with KDE Plasma desktop? Yes. My Raspberry Pi Manjaro runs Plasma. Like the new USB computers being released lately. Where do we plug in the non-USB computers in at? There you go. Dutch Public Television had some fear-mongering items about Vasi refugees, 30% of the local population, so-called dead told by some, yeah, no certs. Yeah, I know. Israel is the key, guys. Israel is the key. At the same time, a real family doctor had a series of tweeties to explain how much misery he saw because of the ouchies. He did not care about saying it because he's close to retirement anyway. Yep. Screw Grubhub. Yep. Justice is dead. Yeah, I agree. These companies are barely profitable. They have way more unprofitable quarters than profitable. Never heard of Grubhub. Yeah, I'd avoid it. Chicago drivers need bulletproof vests to get in those neighborhoods. I know. Okay. Relief of the Koofy link to Alzheimer's been made public. Not sure what you're referencing there, other than dementia being the #1 comorbidity, at least in my state. Don't have to shut them down, just regulate them. No, I'd say shutting them down would be better. They're unscrupulous. They've demonstrated that they're going to be unmoral and unethical. Just shut them down. Shut down for other mammals and aluminum goes through the blood-brain barrier. They still, yeah. All right, I'm not reading anything regarding the coof, so let's stop. Where did I buy the coffee mug? A friend of mine gave it to me. A friend of mine's salesman at Mainline, so. I gotta see if I can get switched to Linux mugs like this. I really like this cup. It keeps stuff hot forever. All right, let's go to SillyVille. First up in SillyVille, dating is hard when you live the van life. I mean, I had to include this one. There was no choice in the matter. Not that I'm interested in dating, but the whole living in a van thing. Tinder doesn't work quite well for those living in nomadic lifestyles. Well, you think? You know, when you're living in a van and you want to date, you got to find somebody else who lives in a van and would like to have a mini caravan with you. You're a van of mine tonight, honey. I mean, whoa. But yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to date in a mobile setting, I got news. I've been living in the van in State College now for over a month. I got to get out of this town. Like, you have a house, it's a different story. In the van, I got to get out of this town. I don't have everything here wrapped up that needs to be wrapped up, which is why I'm still here. But that being said, yeah, as soon as everything is wrapped up and I can get out of here, I'm getting out of here because, whew. But still, nevertheless, this just goes into some articles. Nomadic means living out of the Subaru Outback, especially during the past year. Many Americans have foregone apartments, houses, and houses for mobile homes like vans, RVs, or cars. Recent studies show RV ownership increased by 26% in the past decade. Sales of RV broke records in March. Yes, it is crazy. And I would not buy an RV right now because you can't get parts to repair them if something goes bad. You got to be very careful about that. Tinder tells us between February 1st, July 1st, mentions of Nomad increased by 23% in the profiles. Well, it mentions RV and van both increased by 8%. Still, these are sometimes strike out when they disclose their lifestyles to dates. Most apps use location as parameters to surface potential matches. If you're on the move, that might not be the accurate way to date. Plus, apps don't include a filter for people who move around frequently. All right. So there you have it, guys. If you are into the dating scene, hashtag van life may not be for you. I'm not into the dating scene, so hashtag van life, don't care. Viva la van life. All right. Now you can sync Philips Hue with Spotify to make your lights react to music. This is all we need. The smart lights in my house syncing to my music streaming apps, so now multiple companies at the same time can get information and share it and collect and store such information. Integration is currently in access. If you have a house full of Philips Hue compatible lights, you might be pleased to know that you can now use all of them as a music visualizer when listening to music on Spotify. Integration is now available to try, but is still in early access, so expect to see some bugs here and there, like your light bulbs exploding, I guess. I don't know. Philips Hue plus Spotify. Link your accounts together, and now we will have all of your information. This is too insane for that. All right. Let's not play any audio here, but let's see what this is doing. Okay, this is a concert. I don't think these are Philips Hues. Okay, he's pretending he's in a concert, I guess. I guess he's pretending he's in a concert because his Philips Hue light bulbs are bleeping along to his Spotify playlist. Well, there you have it, guys. That's exciting. And on to our final story. Really? Our final story did not get in there. How did that happen? Not sure how that happened. There we are. Witness the horror of Street Fighter characters turned human by Google's AI. So apparently, Google AI had a look at all of the Street Fighter people and determined what they might look like as real humans. Some of these are like, ugh. Some of these are like, okay, so here's this dude. Sorry, I don't play Street Fighter. I'm just going to say this dude. I don't know. So there you have it. He's not nearly as mad, though, in the human-looking picture there. Here's Guile. Didn't I see this guy on Back to the Future? He's got, like, no neck. How do you initially got no neck? I don't know. There's this dude. Is this Guile again? So they gave him like a Tom Cruise haircut. I don't know why. Like, come on. Someone can put this haircut on somebody anyway. What he looks like from that angle. Here's this dude here. Is this Cody? Convincing human, albeit one goes on a knife quite often. Has this man ever tried to rope you into a pyramid scheme? He does look like an Amway dealer, doesn't he? He does look like he's about ready to sell me some double X or something. I don't know. So anyway, there's that. Is it Chun-Li? Is that who this is? Yeah, that's okay. That's good representative. Okay. So AI doing the work. Okay, I think this person has a sex change operation. This one does not look good. Lesson seller Ryu. Ryu went to Ryan, I guess, because this definitely looks like a dude. This definitely looks like a not dude. I'm just saying. Mewy, come on. This is an eye patch, not glasses. And he definitely looks threatening. This dude does not. This lady needs a bad shave. Really bad shave. Gil. All right. Looks like a member of Twisted Sister. Concur. So looks like a dude. Looks like a transvestite. I gotta say, or a tranny. I don't know. One of the two. Is transvestite out and tranny in? How do we? Is a transvestite still a thing? You guys in that lifestyle? Let me know. Is that just gone now? I don't know. And Bison, no longer megalomaniac psychopathic dictator, now has become a software developer specializing in high concept titles. Oh, Lord! What? How do you get this from this? It's like a cross between Bluto and Mr. Bean. Russia's counterpart has fallen on hard times, now dances for rebels in the streets of Moscow. I don't know. It's a cross between the Bluto, is that the bad guy on Popeye and Mr. Bean. Can't you see that? So there you have it, guys. There's the bad side of AI. It might be coming. Well, if you would like to help support the channel, though, you can head on over to Subscribestar. Subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. Another way to help support the channel, keep us going in on the air. Well, guys, thanks for following around, and we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully from a better broadcast location where we can actually get LTE internet and not have 57% dropped frames. Anyway. Alrighty. Dude looks like a lady. Dude. Yeah. Alright. Sorry, late. Talk about movie companies want VPNs to log user data for disconnect pirates. Oh, No, I did not see that. I have a sneaky suspicion that they won't. I really use a Tux theme travel mug. I'll have to look into seeing if I could do that. I need to get the website up first, and there's a bunch of things I need to do on that. I did release a video, though, on the Van Life channel today. Let me know. I'm still playing around with the format I want to use, so I could use some feedback on the formatting. Absolutely. You are being careful not to say certain words because you do. Oh, yeah. You say certain words, it's like, you know. People, let's see. People may mistake the van for a shady department store. Hey, you might. You want to buy a watch? One reason why I don't get the flu shots, because all the stuff can build up after all. Yeah. San Diego, nice and warm. Just don't drive anywhere with $5 gas. Well, San Diego, though, did recently change the laws that does now allow people to sleep in their vehicles. So I can feasibly go to San Diego now. People take some pharmaceutical, which has not been... Yeah. On the road again. Try the mugs at Tech Hut. All right. I'll see what Tech Hut's doing. Full control my lights, smart or not, I don't want them. There you go. Tux Traveler mugs with a dragon on it. Still like that story out of Tennessee where teenagers are dressing and acting like cats. I know, right? Was that Tennessee? I thought that was Kentucky. I was pretty sure that was Kentucky. Yeah, furries have made it to Kentucky and they just figured out what it is. Like, what? Yeah, a barf from space. Okay, yeah, okay. Biff. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like cats. Yeah. Broke his arm licking himself on the windowsill and fell off. What? The transhuman agender. There you go. Aliens were going to invade and were just about to, but then cancel the invasion due to a plant being full of the planet being full of lunatics. Yeah. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat when masks were still cool. Mr. Bean forces. Let's say Mr. T. And okay, Mr. T. Okay, I can see Mr. T. Yeah. Don't mock Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson is an incredibly intelligent guy who defended absolute freedom of expression of opinion with fire. Hey, but that thing still looked like a cross between him and yeah, I can see Mr. T as well. Just a comment. Tinder user's location in a van down by the river. That's right. Just got to be careful about being down by the river right now because we had a lot of rain. SillyVille ISO doesn't like Hyper-V. Yeah, I couldn't get some of them to boot in my virtual machine. Hello from Ireland. Greetings. I am doing well. How is Ireland doing? Be like merchant from RE5 with a large trench coat and stand in shady corners selling your wares. Well, I mean, I come down here. I do have a sales tax license. I can hang a sales tax license in my van. Yeah. Hold on. I think it's right here. Is it over here? I think I had moved a few things around. Yeah, I moved a few things around when I am in the van and I'm in the middle of negotiating with somebody on something, so I think I moved out of the way. But yes, I do have a sales tax license. I can hang that in the van. It would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Come on in, buy some wares. You're licensed? Of course. Feel like the little fox on Zootopia, right? License, declare commerce, you know. Most USA is way too hot in the summer. Don't understand how you Americans can live there. Yeah, it depends on where you're at, you know. Fortunately, it's down to like the 60s now at night. It was actually down to 50 last night, so it was pretty nice in the van. Down to like 18, 19 or so. Heater, central AC just is the key. Yeah, but didn't you hear it, Commodore fan? Central AC is now racist. So be careful. Be careful. What do you think, buddy? You want some kitty treats? You want some kitty treats? Do you? You want some kitty treats? Up here. Ready? I need you to go to the kitty cam, though. You need to go to the kitty cam. To the kitty cam. To the kitty cam. All right, hold on. I got to get the kitty to the kitty cam. Come on. Over here. Jump. Boom. All right. Oh, you want one now, too? You want one now, too? The other cat's down here like, I want some kitty treats also. You had your kitty treats. You had your kitty treats. I'll give you more later, okay? You got kitty food. You didn't come for the kitty treats. You were eating food. All right. Kitty Castle with TV lag expressions. There you go. Luke Smith had a funny thumbnail. Tuck standing in a dark corner. Psst, kid, you want to buy some Linux? That's right. Do anything for vans. Vans sell watches, build websites, charge for photos. There you go. Yeah. Other cat was eating, so no, he didn't come by. Flaming racist along with most of the South because we ain't doing it without our AC. I know, right? LOL. Cat caught in chomping mode. How in the world are air conditioners racist? I don't know. You'll have to go and talk to the people who declares it. Go look it up online. Later, all guys. You must do your bed, but then again, you're a dude who's a single. Yeah, well, the cat messed it up, and there was a bunch of stuff on it. So, anyway, guys, of course, the video froze on CJ's butt. Sorry. All right, guys, we will catch you guys later. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern time, we have we are premiering a cute fish desktop environment video, and then we'll be back with another video on Monday.